Hello guys, welcome back. I'm sorry if I sound really sick. It's my allergies. I made a mistake of getting my mail. um, it's been interesting talking to you guys about demons for the last couple weeks because they're really being patient and they're really having a lot of patience and love because they know how I was raised, they know how my brother was raised, they know the kind of culture we live in. And they know it's hard because you go out and you look for modern information, and most people on the internet are like babbling crazily and incoherently, and you're like, I don't want to become that, you get scared. So they know it's hard, but they're not bad guys, I promise. I would never lead you guys in a purposely bad direction. And Mammon's the one that's been taking a lot of control lately. Like he had warned me. He'd warned me about ordering that chicken jerky. But I honestly was doubting myself, and I was doubting it was him warning me. It felt like he was. I knew it was a mistake, but at the same time, I was like, this has to be a gift from the gods. Maybe Mammon just doesn't agree with it, but the gods in general are giving me a gift. Long, boring story short, I usually order bacon and sausage jerky. They haven't had it forever. I saw chicken jerky. I saw it had the possibility of being a whole box for like what a bag of jerky cost, and I was like, yes, please. And I thought, you know what? I'll order two. I don't really need to, but I'll order two. I can freeze it, give it away as gifts, whatever. And he had warned me. He said, don't be greedy. And this is Mammon we're talking about. He's like, don't be greedy. And it came in, and I got sick, and I had to give it away. And he said, well, I warned you. He's telling me today, he goes, I warned you. And I said, I know, I thought it was a gift from the gods. I thought you all were blessing me. And he just sighed real exasperated. And he's like, okay, fine. Okay, alright, you made an honest mistake. You didn't do it just to, grab. It was a temptation, yeah. Anybody would like a box of jerky. I gave that dude 16 bags of jerky. I hope he's damn happy with it. you know? Um, Anybody would be happy with a box of jerky for the price of one bag. And even though he was telling me no, and my warning bells were going off and saying this has to be damn near expired, I still took a chance. I took a gamble. Fortunately, the god of gambling was not with me. Hermes was like, eh. So, we're just getting used to each other. And I had a thing happen last night where after I made that mom video, I went up and they talked about a mom on the radio, and I'm like, hmm. And it didn't come back on. It was in an ad and it never came back on. I was like, okay, is that mom answering? What's going on? Is it just the universe answering? And we're having a thing now where I'm just getting used to and settling back into the demons. I'm not at a stage in my life where I want to go pick up a copy of, a book and try to work with 80 of them. I told them I will work with whoever they suggest and whoever I start to trip over, but I said I don't want to like try to have 80 different relationships going. It's hard, it's hard enough in a good way to have the gods and goddesses I have now and demons on top of it. I said I don't want it to become superficial where I go to Mam and I say, oh, good day to you and blah blah blah, and then I have to move on and talk to Lilith, and I have to move on and talk to Pazuzu, and then I have to make Lokean in time. I said I don't want it to become real superficial and shallow. I'd rather have, established relationships. I said I'm not saying I won't talk to people because Mammon starts cross his arms and stare at you. I said, I will talk to 80 demons if you want me to, but I said, I don't enjoy a real superficial relationship. I actually enjoy getting to know them. But I said, you want to bring 80 by and you give me a list of names and associations and what it is you have planned for me? Because he's my manager now, whether I want him to be or not. And I'm getting this faint sense of amusement. I said, I will do it, but you have to let me know what you want me to do. I need guidance. You can't just say, you want something done and then not tell me how to do it. I said, you're the demon of wealth and business. You should know this. you should know you don't just leave somebody like me unsupervised to work and come back and wonder why we didn't do what you didn't specify. I said, I need a list, man. You need to put a book in my hand, or you need to put a list in my hand. You need to put a computer program in front of me. You need to do something. But he is really amping up being Mam and being my business director. And by business, I also mean he gets in my business. So on Steam, Lilith had actually suggested I go for this one game because she enjoys that type of game too. And she's like, you should go for it. You should really, really go for it. I said, I know, but it'll end up working out to like whatever I'd have to spend on it because it's not on sale. And she goes, yeah, but you should go for it. You like it. And I said, well, Steam broke down yesterday. Is that a sign? Should we not get the game? And she's kind of trying to push me towards it. She said, if you have some kind of good fortune today, will you go get the game? I said, okay. I thought she meant financial. I thought she meant I would like come in, my tip jar will be overflowing, and I got something good in the mail. Not financial, but I got something good in the mail, and I'm like, oh, okay. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I won't. I'm on the fence about it. But Mammon saw me looking at other games because I'm like, oh, I gotta go back to playing free games. And I was looking at this one spooky game, and he's like, absolutely not. What? You're not playing those horror games. Why? Because you play these games and they scare you, and then at night you're not talking to any of us because everything's scary. But I want to no. And I'm like, fine, I'll go find something about kittens. Ugh. And I went to Loki for sympathy, and Loki's just laughing. He goes, he won't let you do it, will he? I said, no. And he goes, oh, so you remember Loki's your god when you want to do something, huh? Ha 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 ha. No. So neither one would let me get it. And they're kind of trash, some of these free horror games, but I don't mind. I like being scared. But he kind of walks the line between if he knows I know it's nonsense, he's fine, but if he thinks it will scare me at all and her relationship at all, absolutely not. So he's not being much fun right now. Mammon's the one that's not fun. Pazuzu is the one that's fun, but Pazuzu I've noticed doesn't care for horror games absolutely at all. He's just like, no, he doesn't want that. But Lilith's the one that gets interested, and she's like, ooh, how spooky. That's big. So it's kind of hard right now because my three main deities, demons, whatever term you want to use, are kind of going at each other. And Lilith's the one that's like, if Mammon says I can't have it, she'll come over and go have it. And I kind of just look back and forth between them, like, which one of you's the actual authority here? And Lilith's like, she wants me to get that game. And then I went to Mammon because Mammon had told me, left it up to me, but it sounded like he wasn't on board with it. And he's just kind of been looking at me and not saying, yes, you should do this or no, you shouldn't. He goes, but if she's asking for an act of faith, then you should do it. And I kind of looked at him, I'm like, yeah, but it feels like underneath you really don't want me to do it after all. Which one is it? And he won't say. So sometimes he's a little hard to work with. And I think he gets exasperated because he expects me to just know which direction to go in without enough guidance, where Lilith kind of ends up having more influence because Lilith will give you plenty of guidance. Lilith will actually lead you to the thing and say, do this. And I'm like, okay, that I understand. Pazuzu's like that too. Pazuzu will either make mild suggestions or give you a little bit more of a push, but it's just been a thing now. I don't know if I said this time, but Mammon's been like kind of, I think, upset because I don't have a list of 80 demons and I'm not working with all of them. I said, it will become superficial. I said, if you really truly want me to work with 80 demons, fine, I will. But I need a list. I need to know which 80 demons you want me working with. I've worked with, oh god, I'm gonna mess these names up. Whatever the demon of desire is, and like a couple others, and I went back to the list of 7 deadlies, which, they keep changing those. I went back to those and I'm like, well, I work with Satan, and I'm like really confused about this whole Satan Lucifer thing. Sometimes I see them as 2 separate ones, sometimes they're the same, sometimes they call Satan Lucifer, and he just kind of shrugs and doesn't care. And I said, it's really a lot now. I work with Mammon, I work with Satan, I work with Pazuzu, I work with Lilith. I tried to like send out friendly call to Leviathan and Behemoth, and I got like, okay, you we exist back, but I didn't get we want to work with you. And I've had people ask about like all these other demons, and I've if somebody would ask, I would tell them, but it's like, okay, we know you remember we exist and we're all happy at least said hi, but I'm not feeling anyone else want to step forward. And I'm feeling, oh, from him, and like, I wasn't aware you were doing all this work. You actually did do something. Thank you. But yeah, I do work. I think what it is that I'm kind of like really casual and low key about how I work. I'm really not that kind of business sit here, do it really super seriously. And Mammon is, definitely, at least from the way he's acting with me, he's very much that business go-getter kind of demon. And it's like, as he realizes that I do get the work done, just not in a fashion that makes him happy, I think we'll have smoother sailing. But I'm going to go talk to Lilith about the game because I woke up before dawn and Lilith was with me and the goddesses were with me and we were talking about stuff, and I think she wants it for herself. I think maybe it's like a sacrifice thing that she's asking for and she's just not coming out and saying it. I think she wants to see if I will make a sacrifice, if I'll do that trust thing, because she loves me and she knows people are purposely made to be afraid of her. Like, she's always the bad girl and she's going to come and get you and drag you somewhere. And she's like, no. She was actually protecting me this morning. She was like, did you have a bad dream? And I'm like, I can't remember, but something church boogeyman god something. And she's like, oh, I'll protect you. So she was really sweet. Loki has been jumping in the middle. Loki has, at least unless he took blame for something he didn't do, Loki admitted he has been jumping in the middle a little bit, and I yelled at him. And Pazuzu actually told me, I think you've gone a little too far. But I said, Loki, I love you, but if you can't or won't do certain things and they are willing to do them, you have to let them do it. I said, this is not a contest of whoever does the most stuff gets the most love and sacrifice. I said, it's not that. It's not like if you never did anything again that I wouldn't still love you and worship you. You're supposed to be my buddy, remember? And my playmate. And he's like, oh yeah. So I don't know. He's kind of, I think, sad, and I think he worries, and Odin worries a little bit because Wolf jumped in the middle too. They kind of worry that they're going to get like replaced. And it's like, no, I will have you and I will have them, because right now the demons are front and center, and then it seems like every group, whether it's the Greek gods or it's the demons or it's Inari, and Inari keeps popping in and out at will. They pop forward for a little bit of attention, they get that attention, and then they kind of recede into the background. Then it's the Odin and Loki show again. And I said, within a month or so, the demons might not even be here, so, chill. If they want to give some help now and give us a jump start on some stuff, let them. I don't think it's like Loki's strongest god in the universe. Loki can purposely stop other people, but I do think he jumps in the middle, interferes with stuff as it's trying to gain traction. But after he got yelled at, he was sorry, and he's like, I'll make it up. I'm like, oh no, please don't, because every time you've made stuff up, you've made it worse. No, I will this time. I'm not going to screw this up. I'm going to make it up. Be ready. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. I should just let it go to 13, 13, 2, 1.